He smiled for the cameras. But behind the scenes something had shattered. Shen Yue, once radiant, bubbly, full of light, now looked like a shadow of the girl we all fell in love with. And the reason? Whispers say it was Dylan Wang. More specifically, that he was forced to cut ties with her. And when he did, she reportedly broke down in tears. But the story doesn't end there. Because fans, they're not letting this go. They want answers. They want the truth. And after what they discovered, they just might get it. Let's rewind. Back to where it all began. Asterisk 2018. Meteor Garden. Asterisk. 2 rising stars. 1 iconic remake. And the kind of chemistry no director can fake. Dylan Wang and Shen Yue weren't just good together. They were unforgettable. Viewers couldn't get enough of their push and pull dynamic. Their stolen glances. The tension that felt too real to be acting. Camera. Things seemed just as magical. They laughed on set. Posted playful selfies. Even shared late-night meals during long filming days. To fans it wasn't just a drama. It was the beginning of something real. But as quickly as it all started, it began to fade. After Meteor Garden they went their separate ways professionally. But the silence between them? That was different. It was heavy. Unspoken. No reunion. No interviews together. Not even birthday wishes on social media. At first fans assumed it was just distance. But then, the rumors surfaced. An anonymous source from within Dylan's agency claimed it wasn't a natural drift. It was an order. Final. Told. Dylan was allegedly told. No contact with Shen Yue. Not publicly. Not privately. Why? Because she didn't fit the brand. Dylan was becoming one of China's most bankable stars. And a public relationship, especially one that hinted at something so genuine, could threaten endorsements, future casting, and a carefully crafted image. So the agency shut it down. Or so the source claimed. Dylan said nothing. And that silence, it hurt. Especially for Shen Yue. Behind the scenes, friends noticed something change in her. He stopped going out as much. Turned down variety shows. And during interviews when asked about love or former co-stars, she dodged the questions. Until one day, according to someone on set, she couldn't hide it anymore. It was during the filming of a romantic scene for her new drama. He nailed the lines, the emotions. But as soon as the director yelled cut, she froze. Tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "It's not supposed to feel like pretending." And then, she walked off set. The crew was stunned. Some say she stayed in her dressing room for hours. Alone. Later, someone close to her reportedly said, she never got closure. She never got to say goodbye. Was that moment really about Dylan? We may never know for sure. But days later fans noticed something on her Weibo. A post quickly deleted. Just a line of text. "I still remember what you said on the bridge. I wish I didn't." No photo. No hashtags. But those who followed her closely knew. There was a scene in Meteor Garden shot on a bridge, where Dylan's character promised her forever. Too close to be a coincidence. And then the internet exploded. The hashtag #ProtectionUS started trending. Fans demanded answers. From her agency. From Dylan's. From anyone who could speak the truth. As if she was hurting. She had been cut off not by choice but by force. Then fans weren't going to stay silent. And Dylan? He finally blinked. No, not with a public statement. But with a series of subtle moves that said more than words ever could. He liked a fan edit. One that featured behind-the-scenes moments with Shen Yue. Smiles. Jokes. The two of them being real. The edit had one caption. "Some connections can't be erased." Within hours the like was gone. Unliked. But screenshots? They last forever. Then came the most unexpected twist. During a fan Q /and A Dylan was asked, "What do you regret not saying to someone?" He paused. Looked down. Then simply said, "Maybe that I didn't fight harder." He moved on to the next question. But the room was already silent. Those 8 words told a whole story. And Shen Yue? He posted a photo that night. No face. Just a blurry sunset and the caption. "Some battles are fought quietly." Was it a coincidence? Or their only way of speaking to each other? In a world where they weren't allowed to? But the most emotional moment came when Shen Yue made a rare live appearance. A fan asked her, "Do you believe people can be forced apart by others?" Her voice cracked. I think sometimes, love isn't the problem. The world is. The crowd applauded. But her eyes, they looked tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of hiding. And yet, in all that heartbreak, something else began to rise. Hope. Because the louder the fans got, the more pressure mounted on their agencies. And soon the media had no choice but to address it. Tabloids began to run headlines. Are Dylan and Shen Yue more than just co-stars? Why did Dylan Wang cut contact with Shen Yue? Is the truth finally coming out? The agencies stayed silent. But the fans? They kept digging. And what they found shocked everyone. An old interview from years ago. Unseen. Unshared. In it, Dylan was asked, "What kind of person makes you feel at home?" He smiled, looked off camera and said, "She makes me laugh when I'm nervous. That's rare." Then he added, "You know who I mean." And the camera caught it. The glance. The soft smile. He was looking at Shen Yue. It wasn't acting. It wasn't a scene. It was real. So where does that leave them now? Still apart. Still silent. But maybe not forever. Because love like theirs, the kind that can survive fame, distance, and even interference, doesn't just disappear. It waits. It endures. It grows stronger in the quiet. Maybe they can't speak freely now. Maybe the industry still has a hold on their choices. But they haven't forgotten. And neither have we. Shen Yue broke down. But she also stood back up. Dylan was forced to cut ties. But he never truly let go. No. Fans are demanding the truth. Because this story, it's not over. It's just waiting for its next chapter. And when it comes, it will be worth the wait. A continuation.